Hello YouTube, Komodo Gaming here, bringing you guys another episode of Scrap Mechanic, and today we are back in the town. Now hopefully you enjoyed that little brief intro showing you a teaser as to what you're going to see today. Now you're probably wondering why we're on this side of town, and that is because of the sign behind me. During our last viewer creation episode, I asked you guys to vote on a name for the neighborhood back behind me here, and I gave you guys 4 or 5 options, I believe. And by a landslide, Komodo Hood won for the neighborhood name. Now I am going to move that sign. I just wanted to put it there and represent what this neighborhood's called. The sign is a little big and it's kind of in the way, so we'll probably put it up on a pole and maybe stick it towards the back. I don't know. Comment below with what you guys think, where or what we should do with it and where we can move it. But anyways guys, I do apologize for the way I sound right now. I am once again kind of under the weather. I've got some sinus issues. I know I've been sick a lot recently, and I don't think I'm getting quite over it yet, so I do apologize about the way I sound, but I'm going to go ahead and do the video anyways. But yeah, we're going to go ahead and go back over to the opposite side of town and show you all the new cool stuff that we have here today. Now do remember, if you are enjoying Scrap Mechanic, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. It does help my channel out a tremendous amount. But anyways, let's go ahead and travel to the other side of town. Okay, as you can see, we have a lot of projects going on around town right now. I've got our new building over here. We've got another project. You can kind of see it from here. I'll show you guys that here in a minute. And then I'm also starting to work on that military base that I've been talking about. So, got a lot going on around town. Now, a couple episodes ago, we had the Lamborghini and the big modern mansion. And you guys went crazy in the comment section, loving the car. And you guys really wanted to see a dealership made for unique cars. So I went ahead and made one of those. We've got a couple new vehicles in there. You see a couple of my old vehicles on the outside. I just put a lot of vehicles on the lot to make it look crowded. But anyways, this is modeled after I'm going to show you the picture on screen. It's kind of like a Mercedes dealership. It looks really cool. I love the outside of it. This is actually one of my favorite buildings to date that I've done. I've actually utilized a lot more pieces than I normally do. Those windshield pieces, which I rarely ever use. And yeah, we're going to go through this. Now, I have done a car dealership before. I'll probably flash a little clip of that. That was a long time ago. That was one of my first town episodes. And it was a good episode for the time, but there's a lot of things that I would change about that building. And that building is still in the old town map. But yeah, let's go ahead and jump in here. You can see our little sign here. This is the logo, and I think I'm fairly happy with this logo. I don't really know what it stands for. I've got it there, and then I have it up on the building over here. It's not supposed to look like a Mercedes logo. It's just something that I was trying to come up with. I might change that a bit more. But yeah, we're going to walk into here. Now, out on the outside, this is old cars that I've made. It's like a muscle car, kind of like I would say like a Dodge, maybe Challenger, an old Camaro, something like that. And then we have the classic, I would say it's like a Corvette out here. I just wanted to put those out there just to kind of represent that, yes, this is a car dealership. But on the inside, that's where the nice cars are. That's where the really fancy, expensive cars are. So we're going to go in there. Let's go ahead and go into the front here, open it up. Now, there's something really funny about this building, and I don't know what's causing it. It runs really good. Except for when we close the side doors. Now, every car dealership has huge doors on them, or maybe these fronts open up. They've got to get the cars on the inside, so my door to do that is over here. So you would come around here, open this door up, and stick the car in. Now, obviously, I have the doors open. If I close these doors for whatever reason, I think it's because the cars are on the inside, it lags like crazy. So, obviously, I'm going to keep those open. But yeah, let's go ahead and go through the front here. You've got your reception counter here. You've got offices in the back. We're going to go over all of this. And you've got the showroom here. Now, this isn't a huge dealership. I didn't want to waste a whole bunch of space in the town. I figured this fits really good right across from the bus depot. But yeah, you can see all the window pieces or windshield pieces. I love these things. Now, these things make fantastic windows. You can see I have them all on the roof here. It just gives it a really nice feel, and I love the way that Scrap Mechanic produces its shadows and the sun shafts that kind of come through the windows. It just made this building look spectacular. So anyways, you've got that. You've got the old Lamborghini Aventador from the episode that I was talking about earlier with the mansion. I'll link that down in the description. This is a fantastic car made by Work TR. He made it completely out of vanilla parts. Really great looking. So that is also available on his workshop if you'd like to check that out. I will link everything in the description. And also in the background, this is his Ford Mustang GT. I figured, you know, it's one of the nicer Mustangs. It could be one of the high-end editions. I think like Roush makes an edition of it. Really cool looking cars. So I went ahead and put it in the inside. And we have a new car here today. Now this was made by Canadian Toss. You've probably heard that name before. I've covered him a couple times. He recently, I think he commented on one of my videos, or maybe on the Steam group, and he was like, I've got a Lamborghini too. And I was like, oh heck yeah, let's look at it. And he's done a fantastic job here. I'm really blown away by what these creators have done with vanilla parts. I do keep in mind I do not use mods on the town, so you can see these spider webs here. Now I'm working on a couple cars. I don't have them finished right now. I'm kind of on limited time. I got to go to the doctor is basically what I've got to do today. But yeah, you can see these are crazy. I mean, the amount of bearings on the inside, it's just to produce that shape, and he's done a great job. Now we are going to check this car out. I'm going to move it out here in a minute. I'm going to go ahead and go through the rest of the building here. Now, oh, one of these cars has their radio on. It might be the Lamborghini. Now this Lamborghini, I don't know which model it is. I mean, you could somewhat say it looks like the Aventador, but I think it has a bit of a different shape. The back end's definitely different. It's got a small, I would say it's either a small wing or spoiler on the back. So if you guys know which model that is, go ahead and comment below. If you had to guess which model, he didn't have it written in the description, so I wasn't quite sure, but it does look fantastic. Yeah, let's go ahead and go back here. The only thing that's, besides this being a big open building, there are some offices back here. Obviously, if they're going to want to sell you one of these cars, they're going to park you in one of these kind of cubicles and try to cut you a deal. So I've got two of those here. I've got a desk, got a little computer here. You would set in here and cut a nice deal, hopefully. I don't know. I can't imagine these cars being very cheap. Obviously, if you're walking onto one of these dealerships, you're either A, you can't afford it and you're just browsing, or B, you have tons of money and you don't really care about the paperwork. You're just going to fill it out and continue on and drive your new fancy sports car or exotic car or supercar or whatever you're buying here. Yeah, those came out nice. The whole building came out nice. I'm really proud of it. We're going to move this car. I would just drive it out, but I don't want to bump into the other cars. Anytime you have cars with tons of bearings, when they get close to each other, it lags the whole game out. So anyways, that's that. We're going to move this car here too. This one produces quite a bit of lag here on the inside, so we're going to move that over here. Those are really cool. And now I can show you guys the doors actually closing. This shouldn't kill the map, so close those. There we go. Alright, as far as this new Lamborghini we have, it looks like we're using a gas suspension. It looks kind of like a similar setup to Works, except for he's got some extra curves here with the body. So let's go ahead and open that up. I still have those nice doors. They are, I don't want to say glitching, or I guess that's what I should say. They're welding this seat down into the floor, so I know it looks kind of funny. So let's go ahead and hop into here. This is nice. Let's see, what do the buttons do? I'm assuming 1's a door, 2's a door, 3. Oh, the hood opens up on this. Of course, the motor is in the back on the Lamborghini, so I believe the front's used as trunk space. So it's kind of like a opposite trunk, or whatever you want to call it. You can give you a better look at the suspension setup too. So you got that. Let's go ahead and close that. I'm assuming 4 is the radio. No. Oh, this one opens up in the back. Now, I remember trying to open up the back on the other Lamborghini. I couldn't get it to open. I saw it was on controllers, but I don't know if it just wasn't hooked up or maybe I was screwing something up, but that is definitely a unique looking engine. You can see the 2 gas motors back there. It looks like you have the pipes coming out the side. A whole mess of bars. You can see it's kind of an odd suspension in the back. There's like a piece that goes all the way back from the back wheel up to the side wall. So that's really cool looking. Anyways, let's go ahead and drop this and let's test it out. See how it drives. Oh, and it is bouncy. This concrete is nothing but bouncy. I had this issue the last episode. I almost kind of want to just take it off-road, but it's got a nice drive to it. Let's see, how does it turn? Yeah, it doesn't like those cracks in the road, does it? That's kind of like a necessity for the town to keep it from lagging. As far as turning ability, it turns nice. It doesn't look like it's using the suspension glitch, so you definitely have that going for it. Let's go and back it out here. Yeah, it does not like these bumps at all. Let's take it off-road real quick, and we'll really get a feel for how it drives. It's so much nicer out here. It's not every day you see a Lamborghini off-roading it here and kind of just drifting around, but it drives so much better off the concrete, so I don't really know what I'm going to do there, and it kind of hinders my next project. I'm trying to figure out what I need to do for it. We might just make purpose-built dragsters, because I've actually started a drag strip. It's something you guys have really been wanting to see ever since the go-kart track was installed in town. You're like, hey, let's see a drag strip. And I figured since we're building fast cars, or we're looking at fast cars, we're building car-related things, high-end stuff, why not have a little drag strip where you can go race your cars at? So yeah, you can see it started over there. We're going to go check that out. But yeah, I want to thank definitely Fino Work. I'm using his Lamborghini in the background again. And Canadian Toss here for sending me this new car. If you guys have any cars you want to send me, especially stuff like this would work really good in the dealership, and maybe we can do some racing and stuff with them. I'm trying to figure out my racing situation between the drag strip, and a lot of you guys have talked about some street racing, which I do not condone, but for the sake of Scrap Mechanic, I think it would be kind of cool. So let's go check out that drag strip. Alright, between my two future projects, one is the military base and two is a drag strip. Now the drag strip's not going to take a long time. I just didn't have enough time to finish it today. It's going to be a fairly simple setup. Obviously, you see I started the course here. I'm going to break this off and start welding it down. It's a little high off the ground, but I had to clear all the bumps on this, I want to say, somewhat of a flat area, but you can see the terrain isn't the best here. So to clear that, it is definitely mounted up kind of high. But yeah, what I plan on doing, I plan on putting some stands here, maybe a little bit of a facility behind us. What this area is, this is the staging area. I'm probably going to extend it back a little bit. This is where they would burn out and come up to the tree. The tree's going to set right here. I'm going to have a sensor right where that little cut is on that concrete block. So you would pull up here, and I'm going to talk to one of my logic buddies, and hopefully we can set this up where this sensor has to be activated, and then somebody on the other side has to pull up and activate the other sensor, and that should activate the tree. The tree is the lights. It's like the, you'll see the two yellow lights at the top once they're staged. Normally there's two stages, so you'll see those hit. You'll see the, I think it's 3 yellow lights, and then a green light would activate after that. I don't know if we could do some sort of like, they have a disqualification system. Say you jump the line or you jump the tree, you'll flash red. I don't know if we can do that, but I'm pretty sure we can get the basic timer set up. So that's what that little hole is there. We'll probably put some logic gates down. So realistically, I just got to do that, extend the lanes down. I'm probably not going to measure it. I mean, a lot of them are like an 1/8 mile or a 1/4 mile. We'll just probably just put some sections down there and have a finish line. So I think it'd be a neat little activity for you and your friends. If you want to download the map, build your own dragsters and take them out here and race, it'd be really fun. This is obviously a modified muscle car version. I had this in the town a couple episodes, so actually probably more than a couple ago, probably about 10 or 15. But yeah, this is the muscle car dragster. Now I do want to build a purpose-built dragster. I think that would be cool to send down here, so we're going to work on that. Anyways, guys, I told you guys we're also doing the military base. I don't have anything on the map right now to show you with that. What I've been working on, which it hasn't been much. I've been busy doing a whole lot of things, town-wise and everything else. But I'm going to build a military base in one of the corners, so I'm probably going to alternate between episodes. That way I don't have to stick to one theme too long. That way I don't have to sit there and spam you guys with like, alright, well here's like 4 military base episodes in a row. That way we can keep it fresh. But anyways, guys, if you have any suggestions for the town, comment below. I do apologize, like I said, my voice is just extra raspy or croaky, whatever you want to call it. Hopefully it gets better. I know it's been kind of weird that I've been sick so much recently, and I don't even really have an answer for it. All I can think of is that I had a pretty good sinus infection, and it just doesn't, those things really don't go away that fast in my experience with them, at least with how my body reacts to it. So hopefully I'll be a little bit better next episode. It won't sound as bad. But anyways, guys, if you like to like and subscribe, everything helps my channel. I will be having definitely some more Scrap Mechanic coming up. I will be doing another viewer creation episode, probably somewhat with town items and maybe some of the other stuff you guys have been sending me. And then we'll have another town build, of course, this week or leading into the weekend too. Along with all my other videos, I'm planning some more My Summer Car. Definitely going to be doing some more brick rigs, and I believe I'm going to try to jump back into City Skylines for you guys. I don't know the exact date on that, but I would like to get back into that too. Anyways guys, I hope you have a good day, and we will see you guys next time on Scrap Mechanic. Thank you.